Okay guys, so what we're going to teach you today are two websites that will help you in making your own infographic. So as you were coming in and logging on, you noticed that there were some infographics scrolling on the board. If you're not familiar with what an infographic is, it's just a more visual way to present your data or information to people, and it can be printed out into a poster or presented digitally. For this project, you're going to present it digitally. So go ahead and go to the school website and then go to the Media Center tab on the left-hand side. Once on the Media Center tab, click on the red bar that says Library Guides. Once the library guides come up, you're going to scroll down to where you see Wonderful Wednesday, and I believe it's number 59, so number 59, Wonderful Wednesday. Click on that, and then you'll click on Green's Class Project as the second tab. So click on the second tab. And we're going to talk about two sites specifically, Piktochart and Easel. And when we are done with this, or you may notice that there's a little video link underneath it, so that way, in case you forget what we've talked about, when you're done, you can go back and review the videos that you're watching right now to help you out. So let's go ahead and click on Piktochart. Once you click there, then you will need to log in, create a password, and a username if you have not already created an account. Do that now. So go ahead and take a few minutes to sign up for Piktochart. Once logged in, it will ask you what infographic format you want to use. So you see there's infographic, report, banner, and presentation. For the sake of this project, pick infographic, and then scroll down. You can see the free themes that they have for you. Make sure that you know that anything that says pro themes is something that you have to pay for. So even once you start creating your own, some of the options there are pro, and you do have to pay for those. So make sure that you're choosing from the free options. So you see that you also have the option to create your own. So you can pick one of these templates and of course edit it, or you can create your own. So let's look at that in case you want to just start from scratch. You'll click create. And then once it loads, it will say create your own infographic. And you notice that it says click to select the block. They will give you about 3 different blocks or sections to create, but if you need to add more, then you can do that. Okay, so you just click on there, and then that's where you can type in your title for your proposal. And then across the top you see the undo button, the redo, the copy, paste, cut, all of that. And you also see that you can change the color to whatever you would like. You can change the font and the text size, and of course the position. And over on the left hand side you see that's where you would add the blocks. So if you need more blocks or sections, that's where you add. If you see that you don't need that many, or you create one you see you don't really need it, you can delete it right there, and then of course you can reposition them. Also over on the left hand side, if you look a little bit further, you see graphics, uploads, background, text, and tools. And also, if this video isn't helpful enough for you and you need more information, you can take the tour, or you can also get support help from Piktochart. So let's look at the graphics. You can choose from shapes and lines. So as you get started, if you want to drop some of that in, or some pictures, they do have a lot to choose from. So under icons, you can do the drop down menu, and they have a lot to pick from. They also have a lot of stock photos to pick from as well. But let's say you want to upload your own. On the left hand side, uploads, that's where you can select the image from your computer or wherever you have it saved to. So if you have an image of certain materials that you're going to use, or a picture of your plan that you've seen somewhere else, you've seen it done somewhere else and you want to put that picture in, here's where you can upload that. The third tab, background, they give you a lot of options, and know that with all of these you can do just a solid color, but you can also change the transparency of this if you want it a little lighter or a little darker. And again, with all of the side tabs, you have the options up at the top to make changes and to customize what you need. So if you select a background, and notice that once you do, you're just working in this one block here. If you want that background to extend on, then of course when you get to this block you would just choose that as well. But you could make it different for each block if you want to break up your information that way. Back to the left hand side, you have the text option, and even though it has default fonts right here, of course you can always change the font up at the top. And then tools, so click on that, and this is where you see your charts, maps, and videos. Now for the sake of this project you won't need to incorporate any videos, but if you are presenting this digitally, that's just a cool option to have. Charts is what you will be working with, so once you click on that, then you see a sample pops up here. Make sure that you name your graph, and then you can choose if you want it to be a bar graph or a pie graph or whatever kind of way you want to present this data. You can select over here on the left hand side, and then you can input your information here. If you have already created an Excel spreadsheet with your data, then you can import that. Notice the little message that pops up of the formats that you have to save it in to import it into Piktochart. So just make sure if you've already created something in Excel that you save it in these formats, and that way you can import it in and you don't have to go through and enter all that information in again. If you click on dynamic data up at the top, let's say you made a Google spreadsheet, they will give you step-by-step directions on how to link up your Google spreadsheet. And then you would just hit insert chart once you're done, and you see there it has created it. Okay. Once you're done creating your infographic, then make sure that you have saved it or that it is saved. So click on that, and it'll take a little time to save it. Then you also notice up at the top that you can preview it, download it, publish, and share it. For the sake of this project, you'll need to download it, and we will be printing these out for you here in the Media Center. Just know that when you get ready to give it to us for us to print out, we do have to have it on a flash drive. So make sure that the final product that you hand in to us to print out your infographic is on a flash drive. Alright, so if you click download, then you will want to click for print. Portrait works best with infographics, and then you have to either select JPEG or PNG. And once you click on that, usually a preview will pop up of your Piktochart, and it may take a few minutes. And so a preview will pop up, and if it doesn't automatically download, then you can always right click and do save as. Okay, and then you will save it onto your, like we said, a jump drive. And then we can pull it up from there and create your infographic. Okay, and remember you can always preview to make sure that you have everything that you need before you download it. So make sure that you have included your itemized budget, the materials that you need, your plants chosen and why they were chosen. And remember, you can put in as many charts and graphs as you need to. Also remember that you can import from Excel, so you don't have to make them within Piktochart. Like these are coming from Piktochart. You can import what you've already worked on if you've already created some, or you can just start fresh in Piktochart. And then make sure that you have your research about your planting zone, the soil amendments, mulching, the types of plants, all of that research that you did. And again, all of these little icons that you see, the arrows, the colors, the font, the background, everything is customizable for you in Piktochart. Also remember that you have to have your layout of design in your dimensions and locations. So you did all the hard work, and now you get to really make it look pretty and make it look as impressive as it is. And just remember that the whole point and beauty of an infographic is to present the material and not just a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet. To not let it be boring, same old thing that everybody sees and they don't even really read it. You want it to really jump out and get the attention of whoever is looking at your plan. You want them to pick what you have worked on. You want your plan to be the one that is selected and done here at school. So make your infographic really pop and show them. If you can do this on an infographic, you can do so much more with this landscaping plan that you've been working on. So that is Piktochart, and just let us know if you have any questions about that one. If you go back up to the library guide, we'll go ahead and look at Easely, the second site. Oh, real quick, before we go on to Easely in Piktochart, so you know when you did the preview, all your information maybe kind of looked a little squished up. But just know that once you save it as a JPEG or PNG, you see how this isn't just a regular poster size. It's long, and that is the cool thing about infographic is you can make it as long as you want to. So it can go from the floor to the ceiling, as much information as you want to put on there. But just know that this is what it will look like once you have it saved. And we will be printing your posters or your infographics out like this. So that just kind of gives you a little visual of what the finished product will look like. All right, let's go to Easely. So back on the LibGuide, just click on the little picture there. And then once it pops up, go ahead and take a few minutes to create an account, register, or log in if you've used this before. So take a few minutes and do that now. Alright, so you see once you have logged in, then it kind of pulls up this template for you and you can start from scratch. And it kind of tells you what themes are. It's visual plus the themes, and it kind of tells you what you can drag in here. It tells you how to drag the objects and also how to drag the text or add your text. So it kind of goes ahead and gives you a little tutorial on how to start creating your Easely. So if you click on themes, then you can see this box pops up and appears, and you can click on the themes tab and it kind of gives you some already laid out templates. And then you see the objects tab, and just know, I know these animals popped up, but just know that over here we can choose a category. If you hover over that, then that's where it allows you to pick the different designs and objects that you would need. Okay, so you can just click on those and then you see that they change. Then you have your backgrounds here. Click on that and then you can select one and it will fill it in for you by just dragging and dropping it. And then you have your shapes, and of course you can scroll over to get more. And you have your text, title, header, and body. And then here's where you can incorporate those charts. And you can see that you have the different chart options at the top, or you can upload, and then this is where you can add your files. So again, if you have been working on your own data in Excel, then you can add your files there. Alright, so as you're adding in text, just know that if you want to delete anything, you have your delete button. If you want to lock the object, that is there. And then of course up at the top you can clear everything. So let's say you get started and you just don't like it at all. This, if you click on that, it will clear the entire canvas. So just know that everything will be gone if you hit that. And then of course your save option, and where you can title it. And then you have the open, so that way if you come back to work on it, and then the download, which we'll get to at the end, and the share button as well. Alright, so let's look at charts for a minute. So you've selected the charts tab, and you have dragged and dropped a chart in here. So just remember, with Easely, you are just dragging and dropping all of your option choices, so all of your objects, background, shapes, text, all that, you just drag and drop it in. Once you get your chart, you just double click on it, and then here's where your information comes up. So if you are wanting to create a chart within Easely, then once you double click, then you can change all of your information there and enter in your data that you need to. As you work on your Easely and you have your landscape plan, your budget and materials, plants chosen and why, your research, so all about the planting zone, the soil amendments, mulching type of plants, all that, and your layout of the design uploaded, the dimension and the location of the zone. Just know that if you need to make this bigger, if you need to make your canvas bigger, you just drag at the bottom right hand corner and it expands it for you, and then you can just keep pulling it down and keep putting your information in. But notice that all of these, the banners, the fonts, the colors, the charts, any image that you see, the arrows, the shapes, all of that can be customized on Easly just like it was on Piktochart. And then you get ready to download up at the top. Make sure that you've been saving along the way, and you download as a PDF. And then give it a minute and it will download for you, and you'll need to save. And then you can see here, once it is a PDF, what the final product looks like, and then you just save it, remember, to your flash drive, because we have to have it as a flash drive to create your infographic poster on the poster maker to print for you. So remember, Piktochart allows you to save it as a JPEG, Easly allows you to save it as a PDF, and then make sure that you're saving those on the flash drive. Somebody in your group needs to have one, and give it to us for us to create your poster infographic to hang in here for the meeting. So that's Piktochart and Easly. Let us know if you have any questions. You have the rest of the time to work, and just remember to bring us your final product when you're ready to print it out and you're ready to present it. Thank you.